Let's see. Who's the closest to a show here? Robin, you're the closest to a show by far. 5 days, man.
5 days. How
Yep.
you feeling?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
There he is. There's the man. I don't know if you can
Do it
hear me.
without him.
Can you hear
Oh
me?
yeah. Oh yeah.
What's going on, Mark?
Not much, man.
All right.
Just
I'm
happy to
loving
be
that
here.
shirt. Loving
Yeah.
that shirt, dude.
Just got it on the weekend.
The
Oh,
OG.
it's the first Terminator too.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
that's badass, man.
Yeah, that's wicked.
I'll be back.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right, we're all here. Well, we're gonna preview the Toronto Pro coming up here. One of the most stacked lineups for the Toronto Pro, man, that I think has ever come into existence for the Open. So we're gonna go through that, but want to go around the room first. Robin, we know you're 5 days out. You probably don't got much to say. You're just waiting for this shit to be over.
Yeah, I'm waiting to eat my meal after the podcast so that I can be more present for you guys. Might not have been a good decision. I didn't know there was going to be other people on. That's why I actually thought that maybe you wanted to just talk about me competing. So that's why I was like, I better not be eating just in case he wants to ask me more questions. Nonetheless, happy to be here. Very grateful. Thank you.
No, we're happy to have you, dude. We're happy to have you. Definitely one of your best looks to date coming up here for the Toronto, and we're going to look at a couple of your updates here shortly.
Yes,
so yeah,
the
very
updates.
excited to see that. No, it's going to be a good show. Mo, you're deep into your off season at this point. You're just about to start another big push, I believe.
Yeah, we're real deep in this one right now. So yeah, we'll do another push starting in like 3 weeks or so, and then do that up until probably November, and then take a little bit more time off, and then I'll be prepping for like New York next year, starting in like late December. So
Awesome show to do.
Yeah, I'm excited, man, because I did Toronto and Vancouver last year, and that was good just to get my feet wet as a pro. But now I want to step on a bigger stage. I want to get out and like in front of the American audience, especially because so far I've only done Canadian shows. So looking forward to that. And then I'll knock out a couple more after that. Like I'll probably end up doing Toronto because I'm here. And then, we'll see how it goes.
Oh, that's awesome, man. Actually, I wanted to ask you about something when it comes to your training in particular. You've been putting up a lot of like full workout routines, Robin. You've been putting them up too, and really, really informative stuff. But one of the questions I had was with your exercise selection, you do 6 exercises, and I see typically you'll do like 2 sets of 12. Now, do you reduce it to 2 sets in order to get in more exercises and hit different angles? Is that the idea for that?
Yeah, I just I feel pretty in tune with my training now. It's pretty much how me and Antoine have been training since we linked up, since I moved out here back in November 2023. But yeah, it doesn't like really feel like a lot of volume to me or anything like that. It's just what I'm used to. Um, and it's been working. I mean, I've seen steady progress in terms of growth. One big advantage of coming out here for me, uh, for people, that don't know me very well, I lived in Newfoundland, Canada originally, and we have very limited gyms there and limited equipment. So I was getting pretty banged up trying to lift the weights that I need to lift to continue to grow using like free weight movements. So coming out to train up here full time and using machines has helped my body so much. Like I don't need half as much like massage therapy and stuff like that. My joints feel the best they've ever had. I have no knee pain, no shoulder pain, no elbow pain. So it allows me to train like more frequently. And yeah, I just been really seeing the benefits from that, and I feel more locked in with training now than I ever have, to be honest.
No, I'm sure the selection at Pure alone would be a massive, massive difference there. Now, for those 2 sets that you do, what do you actually take to failure? Do you take both to failure?
Oh, if it's a working set, it's going to failure for me, man. Like that's just how I'm programmed. Like I don't do any of this like reps and reserve stuff or anything like that. I'll typically approach like an exercise. I'll do like a warm up set, something really light, just to like get the pattern of movement down, establish my muscle connection. Maybe 1 or 2 feeder sets depending on the exercise and depending on how heavy it is. And then I'll get into like my 2 working sets. So usually, not for every exercise, but if I'm doing 6 exercises, probably like 2 of them we'll do like one straight working set, and then the second working set will be like a drop set, or we'll do like a rest pause or something like that. I picked that up from Antoine more so because I mean he's the hardest trainer I've ever trained with for sure. Like when I came out here and started training with him, it kind of turned my world upside down in terms of what intensity was. Um, so doing those intensifiers I think has made a big difference. Uh, One thing we did recently that's helped a bit with recovery is go from a 5-day split to a 2-on-1 off. So that's kind of been good because we get that extra day off, every second week, and it also allows us to. Because me and him are both really strong in the lower body, so we train legs a little bit less now. We focus on our upper body more, and that's been really good for me because the story of my whole career, which is kind of strange as a tall guy, has been always trying to catch my upper body up to my legs, right? And now that I'm out here and I have good equipment and I'm training with him and learning things and training harder, I really see my physique kind of balancing out from top to bottom. So yeah, we're in a good groove.
One of the few tall guys that I see actually filling out their frames. It's not something that you see every day. So anybody over 6 feet that trains can certainly attest to that. So and still, yeah,
I think I have like a very good ability to eat food as well. Like Robin knows how much I put down. He calls me the iron gut because I'm the kind of guy. I eat a ton of clean food, obviously. Like I eat my 6 good meals a day, but I can eat like 7,000 calories of clean food like relatively easy, and throw in like cookies and cheat meals on top of that. And I think when you're 6'2",
Wow.
325, and you're trying to get bigger, like that's what it takes. So I'm kind of blessed with like an appetite and a stomach that never really holds me back, right? So I think just the consistency of just training and getting my meals in every day plus some more food, uh, it's going good for me because even right now I'm like 6 weeks on TRT and I'm holding 330 morning weight like pretty easily. Like I only do carbs with 5 meals right now. So I feel like this is I've been 330 many times over the last 3 or 4 years, but this is the first time that I'm not like battling every day to hold my weight. You know, I feel like the muscle's really maturing now. I feel like I've kind of like held this muscle long enough now that's finally sticking, which is exciting because I'm probably only taking in 4,500 to 5,000 calories a day right now. I'm holding 330. I'm pretty lean. So to me, that means I have a lot of room to push food, right? I can put up another 2,000 calories, and hopefully that's going to allow me to get up to like the 335, 340 range. And then I feel like that's kind of where I need to prep from. Because realistically, I was 280 on stage at Vancouver, and that was like my best showing last year. But I need to be at least 10 or 15 pounds heavier to be competing for like a win, right? So, I'm hoping that the next time I compete, I'm around 290, 295.
well,
Now,
he's
how
got
do you
roughly another
train?
year. So
Sorry,
How do,
Kerrith?
how do you train? How do you train on like a full stomach? Like I always have issue with that. Like,
So
do you
one,
space out your meals properly?
yeah, when I'm pushing food, like when I'm in like the 7,000 calorie range, I my main goal every day is to get up as early as I can to start eating.
Yeah.
One thing that I changed that helped a lot, for the longest time we were doing cream of rice pre-workout, and that would be my third meal. So Dorian would have me do like, 150 grams of cream of rice with like banana and raisins and peanut butter and protein powder.
Yeah.
But that started becoming too heavy. So I basically figured out that I could just do a protein shake with a banana and like 2 blueberry muffins, and it would be the same amount of calories. And
Yeah.
that digested like really, really fast for me. And then that allowed me to kind of avoid that bloated feeling when I was training and still get like crazy pumps and train hard. So between getting up really early to get that first meal in and then switching to the muffins pre-workout, I had a lot of success with that.
Tell people about the muffin pumps, man. The muffin pumps are awesome, dude.
Yeah, man. If you follow me on Instagram, you see a lot of muffins in my stories.
All day, all day. I'll
Yeah.
definitely follow, man.
Awesome, man. Yeah, 100%. That'd be great.
yeah, I was seeing him on the Canadian Beef podcast. Yeah, dieting so hard, right?
Yeah, dude, it's funny, right? Because I'm one of those guys that like, even when I prep, man, like I think the lowest my carbs got my last prep, maybe like 250 on like a low day. So like
Wow.
I'm now to me, I still feel like I'm starving. Like I'm still tired. The fatigue is all
Yeah.
still there, all that shit. But when I compare my diet to some other guys, I do feel like kind of blessed in a way, right? That I can do that. Maybe it won't last forever. Maybe this next prep is gonna suck. Who knows? But that's how it went last time.
That's
Yeah, like I
cool.
said,
That's
you still
cool.
got like a year to push, so I mean, you don't got to worry about that for a bit. So yeah, keep pushing, man.
No,
No,
yeah, I will say though, I'm excited to prep, like seeing Robin prep and Quinton prep and all these guys around me. And like I trained with Antoine while he was getting ready for the Arnold. Like the itch is definitely coming back now. Because after I competed last year, I knew I needed some time off, and I was okay with just like chilling and putting on size. But I'm already eager to kind of get back in that diet mode where you're locked in and doing the same thing every day. Like I'm excited for that. So this next 6 months for me is really just about obviously continuing to grow and all of that, but putting my life in a better situation to prep in terms of like taking on less with work and stuff like that. Like I want to be in a really good position to just focus on bodybuilding come December, because I really do plan to make an impact next year in New York. But I know I'm going to need to give it everything I have to do that on that stage. So
it's coming, man. It's coming. Now, New York is going to be. I mean, every year it just gets better and better. So hopefully I see all three of you guys in New York again.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Kerrith, my friend.
Talk to me, man. How goes it?
No. You talk to me. You talk to me, man. You talk to me.
Hey, I got a lot to talk about, but
I know you do.
to start off, New York was a good showing, man. I actually I went back yesterday and I was looking at some of last year's footage. And what I noticed was, because I still personally believe that I was at my best, but tanning, lighting, it kind of threw things off. And if you go, video for video, you could see that it's blatantly darker this year than it was last year. So I wasn't able to showcase what I really, really had. And, sometimes those are the breaks. You don't really get to have a dry run through, so it's get it right the first time. And sometimes you try to get it right, but it just didn't go our way that day. And it sucks because we ended up losing by 1 point. Other than
Yeah,
that, very happy with what we brought, man. It's the first show that I had working with Neil, and you don't just quit on your coach after the first show unless you have some sort of outside, variable that really can throw that relationship off, and we don't have that. So, first show we finished second. He learned a little bit about me and learned what we got to do going forward. So next time we just go in for the kill. We get that qualifier and it's a wrap.
What was the difference,
yeah,
you think, Kerrith, in your opinion, between first and second?
Two different body types, Robin. Like that's the thing. It's not to say that Oleg he was complete. He was muscular. He had everything, conditioning. He presented it well. But I believe that I did the same. However, what the people saw wasn't wasn't in my favor. His tan, his presentation showed better in that lighting. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's really what I think determined him being the winner. Also, with the fact that he did bring some of the nastiest conditioning that we've seen in a long time on a bodybuilding stage. So you got to give hats off to him, give him credit. And I can't be mad at it because, dude, we looked great.
What do you think you needed more of or less of then? Was it a conditioning thing or was it something else?
Well, night show, we came back much drier. I learned later that they didn't rejudge or judge the night show. So it was determined from the morning. Pretty much he beat me from the morning and he was up 1 point. They didn't judge. There was no score for the night show. I think my conditioning at night would have made the match even closer had it been rejudged, you know.
Mhm.
But it's like that sometimes, man, you know. And yeah, you know, we just look forward to the next show. That's all.
Yeah.
So what
Yeah.
do you
But
what do you think makes them like? Why is it that they judge the night show in some shows and then in other shows that they don't?
Yeah.
I wish, Mo, I wish I had an answer for you, bro. I really don't know. Because, you know,
Yeah.
you would think that, you know, especially when it's a 1 point difference.
Yeah. Yeah.
That would, in my opinion, demand a reassessment of sorts. But, you know, maybe I didn't show enough to demand that. You know, it could be that, but I wish I had an answer.
They
was
rejudge
that
the open.
Yeah, they rejudged the open. That's what I thought because people were talking about, Nick won prejudging, Martin looked better in finals. That's what made it really close. So
Yeah, and
Yeah,
212 was stacked. Like the top four in the 212 deserved to be rejudged, in my opinion, man. That was tight.
yeah. Yeah. And I mean, if it's a 1 point difference, I would have loved to, you know, gone back at it. And I was ready for that. You know, mentally after prejudging, I went back to the hotel room, I checked everything out. I was like, you know, the pictures that I'm seeing, that's not what's going on in the hotel room. Like, what's going on? So I determined that it was the lights, and I made sure that I came in a little bit tighter, a little bit drier, and you know, a lot fuller at night. But it's too late, I guess. You know, sometimes those are the breaks.
You're getting
Yeah.
another break here in what 5 weeks in Atlanta, right?
Yeah, just under 6 weeks. So it's
just under
actually a
6.
Sunday. Yeah, it's a Sunday show. So it'd be what, 5 weeks and 5 days? Yeah.
Okay.
so how do
Yeah.
you
So I
handle
figured,
that? How do you handle that time in between shows? Like if you have 6, 7 weeks, like you let your weight come up a little bit and then diet back down, or do you just stay super tight the whole time? Or
you know, I'm not a guy that gets way out of control for my stage weight. I
Right.
think it's just more stress on your body, and
Yeah.
you know, mentally it's more stress. So I keep it in check. Couple of pounds, you know, try and just build a little bit more density, but I'm not shooting for the stars and trying to change anything. You know, we just keep riding our wave and keep doing our thing because it's working. So, you know, with the 6 weeks that we're allowed, you know, to improve, you know, why change anything if everything is working? You know, that's how I look at it. And again, you know, what we brought was competitive. Obviously, it was because it was within 1 point difference. And, you know, again, it's one of those things, two different shows. What was shown on camera wasn't necessarily what was shown in person, you know. So I think that in person, it was very, very close, you know, and that was coming from, you know, the higher ups and people in the
Yeah.
audience. You know, we knew it was going to be a battle regardless, but
Yeah.
it definitely reigned true. And we definitely were a lot closer in person than it showed on video.
Mhm. Yeah, the nice thing about having 6 weeks in between shows is you can focus on eating for performance rather than if it was like a week or two only. There's really not much time. You kind of just have to just keep dieting straight through. But yeah, I think
Yeah.
that's good. You'll be able to make some improvements in that time for sure.
Oh, 100%. We already did that. You know,
Yeah,
I would show you guys pictures, but I don't know how to do this thing. I'm not tech savvy. You know,
I see you. I see you.
It's all good,
but
man.
yeah, you know,
Send them to me and I'll feature you.
all right. Well, the jaw got drawn back in, and you know, we got a chance to eat, got a chance to refeed, got, you know, some fuck around meals, and you know, it's out of my system now. So it's time to get back to business. We're back better than ever. Honestly, the way I'm looking now, hey, listen, let's dry out, do a show tomorrow. You know, that's how I feel.
There you go.
And getting that little bit of fuel to my fire kind of, you know, it did the same thing that happened when I lost to Keon in Tampa, came back and won Texas. So I have that surge, that resurgence that, you know, is going to catapult me into what I'm going to, you know, I'm going to project it. It's going to be a dominant win in
There you
Atlanta.
go.
You improved a lot in
Yeah.
that space.
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's a nice amount of time in between shows, man. Like you can really just, I mean, the longer you stay in shape, like the better you get. You can eat a little bit more,
Yeah.
become fuller. Fuller when you're in that type of condition means tighter as well. So no doubt you're going to be bigger and leaner. You know.
Yeah, and it only gives Neil a chance to learn, my body a little bit more. And granted,
Absolutely, yeah.
I haven't gotten the chance to really work with him in person, so it's different in pictures than it is, getting to pinch the flesh. You guys all know that,
Hmm.
So
Yeah.
working virtually, it's just not quite the same.
Yeah, it's true. Very true.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, 6 weeks. You're not far off, man. We're looking forward to it. We're looking
Yeah, it'll be
forward to
fun.
it. Now, Mark, I watched your predictions from earlier, and I gotta say, I think you're pretty much in around where I think you're gonna where I think I'm gonna be as well. Maybe a couple of change ups, but actually, the first one that I gotta we'll just jump into it here. I'll show you guys what I'm looking at here for the
Are
for the
you
competitors. Well, there was
starting with
one
the
that
open?
yes, we'll start. Yeah, we're gonna start with the open. Yeah. This was the only guy that I couldn't find pictures for, and Mark actually found them. So go subscribe to
Not
Marx
sure
Max
if that's
Muscle.
him or not. I hope
Yes, that's the caveat here. Dan Afan or Dan Afan. This is your first competitor. You said he was in Cali last year, Mark?
was that last year. Yeah, I should get my little cheat sheet out here as well. Yeah,
Yeah, I think I can see 2023. Yeah.
get like
Is he
13th or
an
14th.
American? Is he an American guy?
See, this is
It
what
does say
always
on the original list where he's from.
okay. This is what always happens is that this guy we can't find him on Instagram, and if he does, if Dan, if you see this and you do have Instagram, please send it to me, and I'll throw you up somewhere, man. But not being accessible on Instagram is really something that makes it difficult. For us trying to cover the show and just guys trying to grow the career on in general. I mean, you guys know you guys are posting multiple times a day every day, so
Yeah,
yeah,
it helps with the whole
no,
career.
absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
He got 10th. He got 10th at Cali.
Okay. Now I need to. Okay, here we go. So
Nobody really knows what that guy Dan really looks like right now, right?
I can't be
No
100% that is actually him.
No.
I mentioned that in the video. I hope it's the right guy. That's Boa Bang for sure.
Yeah, Prince Bovang. He's actually from Halifax. He trains with a Fitness FX. He was in Vancouver last year. What did he take in Vancouver? Was it third?
Fourth.
Okay.
Pretty good placing.
The guy's got a lot of muscle on him.
Yeah, he does.
This guy's the genetic freak. I've competed against Prince many times, and this guy has Mr. Olympia genetics, like without a doubt. I think.
Yeah, no doubt.
Prince is a good friend of mine. Yeah,
very, very round.
The only thing that Prince lacks that I think holds him back is his training and how he approaches training, and even the form on some of his exercises and stuff. Like, I think if this guy could really lock it in and literally just learn how to lift weights better, he could be even crazier. But he still obviously is very impressive, especially that upper body. It's just like so round and bubbly, so much muscle, crazy arms.
Yeah,
so he's going to be competitive. He's always going to be competitive, just because those genetics really shine through, right?
Calves are nuts.
He's insane. He's got like a roundness to him, like in the upper body, like Phil Heath almost.
Phil Heath forearms,
Seriously. Yeah. He lacks in the legs a little bit, but I think even those are after improvements.
Size-wise,
yeah. And how old is this guy?
He's got to be like mid-30s, I think.
Is he that old? I thought he was younger, but I have.
He's prime.
Yeah.
If he's sub 40, watch out for this guy.
Oh no, yeah, he's in his 30s for sure. I think he's probably mid-30s.
Yeah, 235 at 2 weeks out. Like he looks a lot bigger, through the upper body. I agree about the legs. He definitely needs to bring those up to match the upper body. And I have actually heard from people that are around him the same thing that you said, Mo, about approaching training a little bit differently. I think that he would really benefit from doing what you did and get the hell up to pro for a year and see how you do there.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I mean, Prince is.
or the
If you know,
pure
Prince, he's his own guy. He's a bit of a character. I think
yeah.
he's. I mean, he's been with the same coach like his whole career, which is there's nothing wrong with that at all. But I agree with you. I think if there was just some like small tweaks to the training and maybe even how he approaches his diet, he could probably like leap ahead in progress. But whether he's ever going to do that or not, it's hard to say.
Yeah.
You know who he reminds me of is Silvio Samuel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm looking at him. I'm cracking up. Yeah, he looks like
You're
Silvio.
right. You're right.
He is
He was
nuts,
at the
man.
Olympia a couple of times, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Prince could squeeze into that top six.
Yeah,
If he
I
brings
think
those
so.
quads up for sure. He brings his
Yeah.
quads up and tightens up his hamstrings, no question.
Yeah.
Because
yeah,
that upper
agreed.
body is freaky. Those arms are nuts, dude.
Dude, they're insane, dude. Insane.
He is. He's nuts. And it looks like he's going to be leaner this time around from when we saw him last time, actually.
Yeah, I think he's been working a little harder this time around, to be honest with you. So I think he's going to be improved from last year.
Yeah. Good. No, I'm looking forward to seeing him. Nova Scotia local, so see
Yeah.
how he does.
Funny.
Yeah.
Prime Canadian beef right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to Canada.
Yeah, you got all the Maritimes. More,
Damn right.
more with the Newfoundland.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah, exactly.
New Brunswick here.
Oh, yeah, are you in New Brunswick?
Yeah.
Oh, I was just there.
Oh, right on. I just watched a show there on the weekend. There was a bodybuilding show.
Yeah, I was there.
You what?
Hey.
Seriously?
Yeah. I had
Oh man, that sucks. I could have met you.
yeah, the girl who won the figure overall, she was my
I'll
client.
find something better.
Oh, the blonde girl.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.
So, only her second show.
It was a shame there was no real competition. There was just one guy for every division.
Yeah,
It kind of happens with the Canadian shows sometimes, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
all
Hey,
those,
that's
all,
not
all
just-
those
that's-
winners, though, like you'll see them at the national level. You see them at Toronto Pro and stuff like that.
That's not just Canada. That's not just Canada, man. Honestly, I think post-COVID, bodybuilding took a hit.
Yeah, but it seems like there's a lot of shows now, so it's just like spread out. Like there's shows every single weekend. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. But they're just not as stacked though, man. I mean, I would rather less shows with a stacked lineup. I remember when I was competing and coming up, dude, 25 people a class. That was
Oh,
that was standard issue.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think just
Is-
I think just fewer shows back then.
Yeah. Is this Tim?
Tim
Yep.
Budesheim. Yes, sir.
He looks
Man.
good. Guy looks good.
Conditioning, unbelievable. Like just so like that hard grainy conditioning, man. He nails it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good balance. Quads match the arms.
He could get in there, man.
Clavicle is
Yeah, he
wide.
Yeah, you can get in
Yeah.
there for
I
sure.
got 5 or 6 guys could actually win the show.
Agreed.
The way I see it.
Yeah, that side
Yeah.
leg is nice.
Yeah, really good conditioning, man. Like I'm very impressed with Tim. Yeah, this
Yeah,
will be
he's
his
pretty
third show.
balanced too.
Yeah, he is.
Because he did New York, Cali, and now he's doing Canada, right? Or Toronto.
3 in a row, yeah.
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 But he's grainy, very grainy.
No, I don't want to say that. Yeah, he's no, I think he's gonna have a good show here. I think he's gonna have a good show. So looking forward to seeing Tim. He's gonna be a heavy hitter here, man. Move back. Vladimir Biruk. We just saw him as well recently
Yeah.
at the New
York.
York.
I was actually quite impressed with this guy.
Man, he's super round
He
through the
did-
shoulders. Holy shit.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think maybe my conditioning was off, but I really think if he comes in a little drier, I think he can really do some damage.
Yeah, he took 12th. He
He-
took
he-
12th in
he
New
look-
York.
12.
He looks like a taller guy. How tall is this guy?
He's not that short, I don't think. Well, probably
Yeah,
5'8", 5'9", maybe, I would guess.
He projects taller than that, but I don't even remember seeing this guy at New York.
Yeah.
I thought he was Martin for a
And,
second because they were both wearing red trunks, and I got confused for a sec.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of potential here.
He's
He does look
deadly
really
from the
good.
back and the leg department, man. Look at that. That
Yeah.
is deadly.
Yeah, I was quite impressed
Look
with
at
this
the
guy.
look at the abductors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Yeah, that's pretty crazy.
Clydesdale.
that is impressive. Shit.
Ukrainian, that's why.
Ah, that's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, and
a
he's
lot of
coached by
hamstring there.
George Farah.
Hmm.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of put him as my dark horse.
Yeah.
Nice
No,
shot.
I understand why.
Yeah, that's a nutty shot for him.
Yeah.
He was very nonchalantly hitting his poses. It looked like he was just kind of going through his daily procedures, but he was really nailing the poses.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah, he could do well. See how he does. It's a good addition to the lineup. Gianluca Di Lorenzo. I think we've seen this guy compete recently.
Romania?
When was this? Romania? Okay, so this was May the 3rd, so this was like a month ago.
Yeah, the
Huge.
Romania wasn't
Looks
that long ago.
huge.
Yeah.
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 Hey,
Let's
swollen.
see if we can find something leaner. I mean, nah, it doesn't show anything. May 23rd. No.
Where's the
He's got
physique
something in his
updates,
store.
guys?
Yeah, this is just it.
Right? How are you getting ready for
Yeah.
the show and not posting any physique updates?
Some guys don't do it, man.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get it. I don't understand why.
You know what? Like in this day and time, it's like, why the fuck hide it? You know?
Yeah. I don't
It's
get
like
it.
if
Yeah, like some guys play this like long game, like they hide and like they think they're gonna do this Dorian Yates thing. But
it's done.
all that does is you come out and no one even knows you're competing. So no one's
There
paying
you
attention
go.
to you. Nobody's looking for you. I think it does more harm than good, to be honest.
Yeah.
Now, I understand some guys might need to do it for mental reasons because when you put yourself out there, you know, a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks out, then you get the channels talking about you, the podcast talking
Yeah.
about you,
Yeah.
and that can be a little hard mentally for some guys. But at the end of the day, man, you got to get on stage in your posing trunks, so people are going to talk about you regardless. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I think a lot of people would benefit from the approach of post and then check out mentally. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give a fuck what anybody has to say, like post, and you know, you can have fun with it.
But yeah, that's a good attitude to have, I think.
You have
None
to
of that
have it,
really
man.
tells
It's
us
like
anything.
convenient amnesia.
Yeah.
John Arthur Duncan. I couldn't find anything on him either.
He was at the New
But
York.
he just did New York, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get the bicep
Click-
peaks. Freaky
click
deaky.
on it.
right.
Click on the man.
Yes.
It's my boy right here.
Yes, sir. 5 days ago, Quint Beastwood making his return after what he considered a disappointing New York Pro placing, 6th place. Now training himself, no coach.
Well, I think we're always disappointed if we don't actually win the show, right? So
Yeah.
Now, you know what though? The more that I saw him in New York, the more that I kind of reviewed a couple of shots, like the conditioning you can definitely see was there, you know?
Yeah.
And he put it toward being flat. And if he can match this conditioning and he still feels like he can fill up, then I mean, like, yeah, he's shredded here, man. Like separated, really, really good, right? So if he thinks it's a matter of filling out, then man.
I mean,
that's a
his
good
midsection's big, so
Yeah.
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 he doesn't
Yeah.
have to worry about.
Listen,
Yeah.
Quinton didn't look bad in New York. Like
No, he
I
didn't.
understand
No.
he wanted to win. He did not look bad in New York. It's the lineup that was there, you know, and sometimes it's just a luck of the draw. You don't know who's going to show up, but he did look good. You know, got to talk to him a little bit before the show, and he seemed confident in his look. So I don't know why he's not standing on that personally. you know, whatever transpired behind the scenes, I don't know. But I personally thought that he looked good at the show. Could he have done things to improve? Sure, but we always can, right?
Yeah,
Of course.
But yeah,
100%.
I don't think he needed to beat himself up over that. You know, you do a show, sometimes you win, sometimes you don't. You move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys think he's looking better now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Bigger, fuller.
He's definitely bigger.
Definitely fuller. If he doesn't lose his lines, I mean, top 3 for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Still seeing him in the side leg here, and this was a week ago.
Yeah.
Ripped.
Yeah.
Yeah, striations in the pecs. He's good. Abs are still in. It's no distension going on.
Yeah. We'll see what he can do. I think he's been bouncing things off of Dorian Hamilton up there, so just kind of getting advice. His calves completely overtake his fucking quads. It's nuts, man. The calves are nuts.
Yeah.
You know what though? He's got to stop up angling his photos. If he takes photos head on, I think you'd see a more impressive physique. I don't think he needs to angle.
No, I
You know,
agree.
I mean, I think he looks crazy no matter what angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
He's one of the most like impressive people. I mean, like anytime I've walked in the posing room here and he's posing, I literally just walk out. I'm just like, I don't want to pose while he's posing, and then I got to look at him and look at me. So he's crazy impressive, man.
Yeah. No, he
and
is.
you know what? Elbow to elbow, dude. This guy is as wide as a friggin' Mack truck.
Dude, crazy
he'd be up
structure,
there.
man.
One of the widest.
Yeah, he is.
I would argue and say that, you know, elbow to elbow, he's probably the widest person in the league
Today. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't see anybody else that projects that wide. Yeah.
Those shoulders, man, and like him in the off season is insane. Like how big those shoulders get and how wide he is walking around in like a baggy t-shirt in the gym. You just like it just makes you shake your head.
Yeah, big time, man.
Look, like even this picture here, like his head looks
Is that
small.
recent?
His head is not small.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got the X factor, just the crazy X frame, shoulders to waist, quads.
Yeah, man. Yeah. No,
I told him
think he's going to improve.
I told him back in 2022, dude, he is the future. I you know what? I'm not a fanboy or nothing, but I'm just calling it like I see it. If Quinton stays on his path and he keeps doing his thing, he's going to be a multiple Olympian winner.
Well, you see, that's the thing. Everybody was telling him that he was told that for like the last year, right? And I think that part of the problem with New York was that he didn't meet that expectation, and I think that's why he put a little bit back on himself, because everybody was telling, like, he had even guys like Bob Ciccarillo, you know, Sean Ray. These guys were saying he's gonna win the show. You know, there was nobody that really had him even outside of top 2, honestly. And then showed up the way he did, got the placing that he did. He showed up great, but the placing is really, I think, what took him back. So,
yeah, I mean, I understand where he's coming from with that, because like it can't be easy to like constantly be hearing about your potential and how good you're gonna be. You know, you obviously want that time to come. You know, so I think that's kind of probably what got into his head a bit. But the thing about it, it's like you can't decide when your time is. You know, you just need to work and work and work, and then eventually your time's going to come. Like you're going to bring it at the right time against the right lineup, and you're going to get rewarded, right? But you know,
absolutely.
So I think if he just keeps his head on straight and keeps working, like Kerrith said, it's just inevitable, right? But it's up to him. Like there's still work in between him and being Mr. Olympia, so you just got to stick with it, you know.
Absolutely. And he will, you know, he's no stranger to doing the work. He was doing 2 hours of fucking cardio a day. Like he'll do the work.
Yeah, he's a beast, man. He's a beast.
Yeah. Ethan Grossman.
He was at the New York.
He was. He didn't post any of his New York shots.
Huh. Not in the tagged.
Well, yeah, true.
No.
Strange.
Huh. Interesting.
Huh? Yeah, that is, isn't it? He's only got 15 posts on his. See, this is the thing we were talking about, right?
If I was
Man,
in the
we
New
shouldn't
York
even.
Pro, I'd post pictures of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I made it.
Mm,
How did
darn
Mark?
right.
How did he do in New York? I can't remember.
Not well.
No.
Mm.
Okay. Okay.
16th or less.
Okay. Okay.
I mean, he looked good. I think everybody at the show was conditioned.
Yeah. Yeah.
New York
No,
is
it's
always
hard
going to be a
to.
hard lineup, man. It's always going to be a hard lineup there.
It's difficult to gauge without really having anything to go off of on social media. So apologies for sure. But well, we know one guy that's got updates here for sure. Let's get right back to my fucking page here. John Jewett is next on the list.
212. 212
Yes.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna come
I
in
always
sliced and diced, man.
I always like to
8
see the
days out.
212 guys.
That side leg might be one of the best side legs in the IFBB.
But keep in
Yeah,
mind
man.
whose side leg he's got to go up against. Akeem.
Akeem, yeah, I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Hassan.
very true. Yeah, true.
That is true.
Hassan's got crazy wheels.
Yeah.
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 Well, I
he
seen
does, yeah.
Akeem. I seen Akeem recently, and telling you, it's going to be tough for anybody to take that guy out.
He's a beast.
Man,
Yeah.
if he comes in how he came into the Arnold Night Show, it's over.
Yeah, the UK was even better, I think.
Yeah,
I'll-
UK too. Yeah, I forgot about that.
But the finals,
I'll say that
Ohio.
I'll say that he's already better than that, from what I saw.
Really? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably.
And this was weeks ago.
I think
But John,
it comes down to the peak really for Akeem, because it's like Akeem,
Yeah.
no doubt, always looks crazy all the time. But then we've seen some shows where we have high expectations. He comes in and he's
Yeah.
way off the mark. And then he has shows where he comes in and he's sliced and diced and just looks like substantially better than everybody else on stage, right?
True. But I think him and Aceto got a formula that's working right now. And yeah, Chris has got him looking right.
Mhm.
You know.
Yeah, I'm excited to see him. Yeah.
Now,
But
John is a guy that
John will
actually,
be,
he coaches himself.
he'll probably be the most peeled person on stage.
One of them.
I'm willing to bet he'll be the most peeled person on stage.
We'll see
John
about
always
that.
has.
Yeah,
Okay.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Hell yeah, bro. Hell yeah, bro.
You know what?
Prove
You
me
know
wrong,
what?
Robin. Prove me wrong, Robin. I
will.
want you to
That's
prove me
it.
wrong.
No. Now we
Brother
gotta,
to brother,
now we
I
gotta
want
jump
you to
da-
prove me wrong.
Now we got to jump down the list. We're jumping down. That's it.
Do it.
Well, I've been putting all of my daily check-ins I do every morning. I put them on my subscriber page,
Okay.
so
I'm
you
on there.
probably won't be able to see them.
Oh, maybe I'm not on there.
No,
Am I on there?
I don't think so because you got to pay for it.
Oh, no, I'm not paying for it.
Yeah, well, that's why I did that because a lot of people are paying for it. And actually, it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That was a good guest posing.
Yeah.
But
so,
yeah, I mean, this was a week ago, so it's pretty accurate, obviously.
I mean,
Goddamn, Robin. Okay, Robin.
that's what's up, man. That's what's up. This is going to be
Okay.
definitely the best version that we've seen of it. Like,
Mhm.
people are starting to pick up on you too, man. Like being completely honest with you, people are starting to recognize like this is really going to be something. Like some guys come into the show and it's like, oh shit, I had no idea. You're going to have a little bit of that, but people are seeing it. Like it's getting out there. Man, conditioning is in.
Yeah, it's a good overall condition.
Yeah, we just tightened it up a little bit from there. That's pretty much all I needed to do.
Dude, it looks like you put on at least a good 5 pounds of muscle. At least.
Yeah,
Am I
wasn't
wrong?
big enough last year, that's for sure, but I have more size now.
Yeah.
You got some. You got some. I'm not even gonna call them cuts. You got some lacerations going up your side leg, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some
Honest
good
to God,
shit.
man.
Yeah.
No,
But
man.
whatever you're doing, it's working, man. Land the plane. Land the plane. You're good.
Yeah, I was pretty happy. Even like looking at this footage, I was pretty happy with that because we obviously didn't do anything to peak whatsoever. Just a guest posing, but and you know, I was kind of later in the day with food and water, so I was like, oh, that's not bad at all. So a little peak, Dorian's peak, we'll bring it in, do some damage.
Yeah, not bad at all. I guess not. Man.
Yeah,
Yeah, this was a good angle too.
yeah,
Yeah. No, you're gonna be right in there for that first call out, man. I really think so.
yeah. I know I will.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Speak it into existence, bro. That's honestly, and there's so much power into that. Very,
Yeah.
dude, that right there, that old school shot for you, that is it.
Yeah. Side chest is deadly. The arm looks huge in that side chest.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, man. It's gonna be a good showing for you. So, Kerrith,
Talk to
you
me.
can stand corrected.
Hey, listen, I want to be proven wrong. I want to be proven wrong.
Yeah, we'll see. Show day's just around the corner. We'll see it. We'll see the final package. Now, Jangmin Lee was a guy that I actually picked as a dark horse for New York. I had him in 5th in New York, which he was definitely lower than that. What do you come in?
Cali? Was it Cali? Well, he didn't do New York, did he? Or did he do New York too?
I think he did New York too, didn't he? I did both.
So.
Well, who was I
He
thinking
did
of
do
in
both.
New York?
Oh, did he? Okay.
He did do both.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm wrong. No, he got 9th in Cali.
Okay. Now, see, this is a guy. This is a guy who posts a lot. See, this is what it's all about.
Yep.
So his Cali look.
And
I think he looked pretty good.
looks pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty good, man.
That upper body is overpowering his legs, so.
Well.
Yeah.
Yeah, his arms overpower his side leg, though, man. You know, from the front, he's good. But from that side shot, his arms look so dominant. His chest is so massive. You know, I think it throws off his balance there. Like this is a great shot. Really yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, his arms are huge. Jeez.
Yeah, Stu's not a small guy, dude. Like, yeah.
No. Same with Tonio too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like Bang, the big arms.
Yeah, big round arms.
Yeah.
You know, when it comes to the front double, I actually think that he could. You can see here, like, I mean, obviously the gym shots, right? But he definitely has good balance from upper to lower body. I think he brings good conditioning. Might just need to hit his peak a little bit better on show day, and that's probably the thing that'll really put him up and over the top. But he's good. He's good. I really like his physique.
Great. Is he a international competitor, or is he on this side of the planet?
No, he's from Korea.
Okay.
But he likes to do Toronto Pro because he came to Toronto last year. There he is, that pure muscle right there in that video.
Yeah.
I was wondering what gym that was.
Look at the arms, man.
Yeah, it's pure muscle for sure.
Look at his chest.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I had this guy as a dark horse pick for a top 5.
Yeah, I wonder why he's getting 9th. I wonder what the problem is.
I'm willing to bet anything. It's balance, guys. You know, it's phenomenal. It's impressive, and I give him all the credit in the world. But his chest and his arms are just overpowering his lower body, as impressive as his lower body is.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
You know, and these shots,
great.
Yeah, these shots in the mirror, it only accentuates his strengths, and it kind of amplifies his weakness. Not that it's a weakness, but you know what I mean.
There's Hassan.
So that's him next to Hassan. Hassan is not small, bro.
Yeah. Some of the
Yeah.
biggest arms out there, for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He's holding his own. He's holding his
Yeah.
own, and then some.
So I would say it's a balance thing. It's so impressive. It's kind of like a reverse Rami.
Yeah. There's a lot of really good competitors, especially in classic and in 212. Who is it? I Love Protein on Instagram in 212. He's a really, really good 212 bodybuilder. There's a couple of really good guys coming out of Korea, man. May as well look at Hassan next. Hassan. The defending champion.
Always
No,
impressive,
he
man.
won last year.
A second.
Yeah.
He took.
for sure.
Right. He took Vancouver. That's right.
Yeah.
Ian took first. Yes.
Ian.
Yeah, you won't have to worry about him anymore. Hassan looks
Yeah.
good. He does. He looks good. He's starting to get some flack online because he's not conditioned enough again. But as he says in this post, he says it himself. It's always interesting to see how peak week shows off all the preps, hard work, and he talks about dropping water in that last week. I'm getting rid of water one day at a time. So this is not the final version of Hassan.
I'll say this.
at the end of the day, like what you see on Instagram doesn't matter because the only thing that matters is what you see on the stage.
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Now I'll say this. I've seen Hassan both on Instagram and on stage and, backstage. It's always more impressive in person.
Yeah.
Big time.
He's very three-dimensional. Like he's very thick and round everywhere.
Yeah.
He's working with Dorian too, so Dorian's gonna make sure he comes in the way he should too,
Yeah, I see this guy like every day in the gym almost, and like him in person, like the thickness and density, you don't see it very often. So like that's something he will indefinitely have an advantage on over other guys, is how dense he is. For him, it just comes down to the condition. Like Robin, we were backstage with him at the Toronto Pro last year, and I was backstage with him in Vancouver, and like he was pretty damn lean,
Yeah. Yep.
Like he was going toe to toe with Ian, and like that was a very close battle in Toronto last year. So I think if he shows up in that condition again, he'll be a problem.
Yeah, for sure. No, he's a problem on any stage that he steps onto, just from a muscularity standpoint. Like the guy is, he's one of the biggest that you'll find out there.
Oh yeah. He's a freak. Absolute freak.
He's insane. No, I'm a big fan of Hassan.
And such a nice guy.
Seems like it.
He's a sweetheart. Yeah.
Nicest
Seems
guy.
like
He's a gentle giant.
Yeah.
His wife is so sweet too.
Yeah. Yeah, they're a package deal.
Yeah, they
Nasty
are.
Nate. Nasty Nate, my man, Nasty Nate.
Nasty Nate. Yes,
Nate
sir.
Spears.
Yeah. Nate's the homie for sure.
Yeah.
Shout out to New England. Nate's a New England guy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I love Nate. One of my favorite guys.
Yeah, he's the hardest worker in the room. You definitely got to give him credit. His story is very inspirational, dude. And to see him go through what he did and to get back to here, or not even get back to here, but to get to here, it's inspiring. Nothing but respect for Nate, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Nate brings a good package. I mean, he got third in Vancouver last year.
Yeah.
That was a good showing for him. He was all around, like good muscularity, good fullness, great condition as always. Like that's why they call him Nasty Nate. So I think we're going to see another solid performance from Nate. And honestly, I think if Nate nails it, he could squeeze into the first call out.
Yeah, his taper definitely got better. I think he put on more muscle personally.
Yeah.
Well,
that back is crazy. His back seems like it's added density again. I think his quads have come up a little bit. So
you start getting striated traps, and you're in rare air.
Yeah.
Look, you can really see a difference from the angle here too, where it makes his legs look smaller from the upward angle, right? When you come here, he looks like he has more balance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's leaning forward there, so keep in mind rear double. He's leaning you're going to see the shoulders first. So the camera's going to accentuate that. But look at
Yeah.
that sweep.
Yeah,
That's
those legs
leg,
are
man.
meaty, man. That's a
Good
lot of legs.
God,
A lot of legs.
man. No, Nate's awesome. He's a straight shooter as well. He dials it when he starts dieting down. You see, he's one of those guys that you really do see daily changes from. And
Yeah.
it's really exciting to just watch. Like I found myself like scrolling through my Instagram, just wanting to see the changes from day to day over the last few weeks.
Yeah.
He's good,
Yeah.
man.
Taper's good. Yeah. And he presents it well, poses
good-
very
good
well.
poser, yeah.
He does, yeah. He does. No, like you guys said, he's a really hard worker. No,
Solid.
I really like Nate too, yeah.
No weaknesses or anything.
He's been with this coach
Man.
for probably like a decade now, too, with Andrew Barry. And they're a good team.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got to hang out with two of those guys after Vancouver last year. We went and got some ice cream and stuff like that. We had a bit of a day. They're both
Nice.
they're both great guys. I like Andrew a lot.
Nate's
Yeah,
another guy.
Andrew's good peoples.
Yeah.
Nate's another guy that can eat big, eh? And he can eat.
Oh yeah. It might have something to do with the cannabis intake. Maybe
Yeah,
that's
that
what helps
helps.
me. Maybe that's what helps me too.
Can't
Hey,
hurt.
man.
Yeah.
Hey, it's just another supplement, right?
That's what, exactly. It's just an appetite enhancer.
That's how you got to
Exactly.
treat it, man. You got to treat it like
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
Now,
Big Akeem.
Akeem, we don't have many updates from. This was at 3 weeks out. And like you guys were saying earlier, when it comes to Akeem in particular, it's all going to come down to show day. We've
Yeah,
seen him
especially
hit.
with him.
He's hit recently, and he nailed it, and nailed it at that Arnold Classic. Is he
Yeah.
going to be able to repeat that? That's going to be the big question. As much as Akeem did hit it last time, he still has a track record of being off more than he is on over the last few seasons. So if he's found the formula with Chris Aceto, it's going to be lights out. If they can replicate that.
Yeah. It'll be a great showing for him. And like I said, dude, I saw him a few weeks ago. Look at that side leg. Come on, man. That's just freaky.
Yeah,
It is insane, man.
It's just freaky. It's
Oh, God damn,
Got to
devastating.
be one of the
Yeah.
best.
He's got that
Yeah.
horse leg, just the density.
And the density up top too. Like the shoulders, chest, arms there. Like there's no gaps. Like nothing
Yeah.
is missing there. Yeah, I feel like as strong of as a lineup as this is, and again, I do think there's 4 or 5 guys that could take this show. If Akeem comes in at his best, just because of the muscularity, he's going to be extremely hard to beat.
for sure.
He's proven himself time and time again, over the years, many years.
Yeah. I mean, the guy's got top 6 at the Olympia before.
Yeah.
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 2020.
And people forget
Yeah.
that about Akeem.
Yeah, you can't sweep
Yeah,
that
just-
under the rug, man.
He beat Nick Walker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many
Just
people
talking-
can say that?
Team is
Talking to him the other day.
Yeah.
Like his mind is ready for it. And that's what makes him dangerous. Like that's any competitor. If your mind is ready for some shit, you're hard to beat. And I'm telling you, his mindset is completely different right now.
That's great. It's good to hear. It's
Yeah.
good to hear.
Yeah.
I think we've kind of been waiting for Akeem to like really arrive for a while. Like he's always been
Yeah.
here, on and off. But I'm hoping that this is when he like really arrives and keeps in these like top placings, winning shows, placing higher at the Olympia because he has a physique worthy of that, right?
He does.
For sure.
But
sure.
He does.
He really found a good formula in 2021 when he did a Puerto Rico Pro and the Olympia with Justin. And then, maybe they had like some falling out or whatever where he works with other coaches. Now he's with Chris Aceto. I feel like they found the formula again. Like they brought it for the Arnold. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's just sometimes like getting the right formula down at the end, right? Or even throughout the entire week and stuff.
Yeah. And that's never, to the fault of anybody. The body changes. And sometimes you got to revisit what you did before. Sometimes you got to move on from it. But I think, whatever he had with Justin, him and, Chris have figured something out that's similar, that's got him tight skinned. Everybody used to always say he's got that thick skin. I don't think that's an issue anymore.
I think it's like, you know, the body follows the mind, right? So if you have the right coach that can kind of get you in the right mindset, obviously that's your job as a professional bodybuilder, but having the right coach and the right team can definitely make a difference in terms of mindset. But it's like if you want to be best, you know, peaking for the stage, then you got to be at your best mentally too. I mean, it goes hand in hand. There's no other way.
Like seriously, like that's just, pardon my language, that's fucking nuts, man.
It is
Look
fucking
at
nuts,
that rear
man.
delt.
It is.
Look at the rear delt.
I
The
know
rear
it's
delt.
fucking jumping off him.
It's a
What the
slab of
fuck?
human.
Yeah, god damn it, man. That's insane. Looks like he has a bicep on his rear delt.
Yeah, it is, man. It is
Yeah.
nuts. It's
And like
nuts.
the glutes, how hard they are there, and ugh.
That's a
Yeah.
lot better than the Arnold Ohio.
Oh,
yeah, this is a nasty look, man.
Oh, you guys are right. He brings this. Like if this shows up, man, it's gonna. I'm gonna be impressed. This is fucking nuts.
You guys mind off and eat a meal?
Yeah,
You too,
Kenton,
man.
I was about to let you know I got to roll out, man. It was great hanging with you guys, but I got a little bit on my plate today, and I got to get a meal in as well.
Yeah, I know, Morgan. You said you got to go too. Robin, Robin. I just appreciate you coming on, man. You know, you're 5 days out from the show, and you know, it's an effort probably just to move around right now. So I appreciate you, man. I really do.
Oh, of course,
Robin.
man. When I say I'm going to be there, I'll be there, and I'm always appreciative of you having me on the show as well.
Yeah, absolutely, dude.
Hey, before I go, can I just say my pleasantries to Robin real quick?
Of course,
Robin, land the fucking plane, dude. You're on point. Just go do what you know how to do.
Yes, sir. I appreciate that, Kerrith.
Dude, I'll be watching, and you know I'm pulling for you, dude. Prove me wrong. I want you to prove me wrong so bad. You know, and I know you could do it. It's totally possible.
Of course, man.
Facts. All right, Mo, it was nice meeting you, brother. Definitely follow you, and I will be staying tuned to watch those crazy meals go down.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. I'll follow you back if I don't already. I'm not sure if I do or not, but I'll follow you back if I don't.
All right, my man. And Mark, my man, thank you for always standing in my corner. Tenzin, we got him in Atlanta.
hands down, man. I'm looking forward to it. We'll chat again between now and then.
For sure. You guys have a great night. Eat big to get big.
Yes, sir.
See you,
All right, now.
Guys.
Yeah, it's all good. He's still here.
Still with us.
I'm trying to log out, guys. How's this thing? I don't even have the screen on right now.
Just turn it off. Turn it off. Just turn it off.
I'm gonna have to.
Pocket
Hang on.
dial.
Yeah, I'll kick him out. That'll fix it.
I'm off.
No, you're not.
Still there, yeah.
There, now you're off. No, I don't want to report the guy. Yeah, Zoom's asking me, do you want to report him? No, I don't want to fucking report him. All right, we did miss Brent Swanson. That's the only other guy in the show that we didn't look at here. So got to give everybody their fair due. Yeah, we'll give him his fair due here, and then Mo, I know that you got a client coming up. Take a quick look at Brent. I know after New York that Brent chopped it up to basically he just figures the judges just weren't going for this look in particular. This is a terrible shot, actually. Not a bad shot for him, just
I mean, he looks pretty
quality of the
freaky
picture.
here.
Yeah, this is just the quality of the picture was the thing. This is conditioning, man. Like he really does show up shredded to the bone, man. Insane.
What did he place in New York?
Where did he place? I don't know.
Not sure.
Let's see.
He got
I think
16.
it comes down to just like lack of muscularity in some places, and then the structures, not the best.
Yeah, that's what it is. I mean, he's a bit wider across the midsection. He could have bigger arms to match his legs. Great quad sweep, really good detail through the quads. He's got good detail really everywhere. But yeah, it does come down to a lot of structure
Yeah,
for Brent,
yeah,
you know. Bigger triceps would really serve him well, I think. Just like the outer tricep head, I think would really help him. But it, great stage presence and a really good attitude with every show that he goes into. He's always entertaining to watch. Just yeah, a couple of structural issues.
yeah. I mean, like when you have a waist that big and like the legs are a little undersized, like it's not going to lead to like an overly pleasing shape. But I mean, he has some great shots. He has crazy conditioning, so he's a great bodybuilder, obviously, right? But you know, when you're comparing yourself to the best in the world, you know, a
Yeah,
structural flaw, you know, goes a long way, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
that's right. But you know what? He's making a career out of it, man. You know, he's
Yeah,
made a career
He
out of
is.
bodybuilding.
Absolutely, he has, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I think everyone loves this guy.
oh yeah, everybody does. No,
And
everybody
and, and,
does.
and like, and when you're a bodybuilder, like, and you see the condition that this guy gets in, like, you have to respect him because you got to suffer to look like that, like, regardless of your structure. So he's doing the very best with what he can, with what he
Yeah,
has, and
yeah.
that's
The
all that
conditioning.
matters, man. You know, like that's all it takes to get respect, right?
Yeah, he's more conditioned than Stu and Christian Wolski here.
Yeah.
That's
Oh yeah.
yeah, you could definitely argue that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That side
Yeah,
leg
from the side,
separation, like he's man,
glutes.
you know? Yeah. Mad respect, man, honestly.
Should we do
And
like some top fives or?
oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, let's do it. Now that
Yeah, I should
yeah,
ask
now that we
Kerrith
got
and
through everybody.
Robin before they left.
Well, Robin's going to say him
Yeah,
to take the win.
Robin's
Well,
so
yeah,
biased.
I would too.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
I would
Yeah,
too.
you gotta.
If I
All
look
right,
like Robin did.
yeah. No, hit me, Mo. What do you think?
Well, I'm gonna put Akeem first. I'm gonna put Quinton in second. I really think he's gonna bring it. I think he's on home turf. I think he has a lot going for him this
Yep.
show. I'm gonna put
Yeah.
John Jewett in third, and I feel like I'm missing a big one here, but I think
Bring
I'll
the list
put
back up.
yeah, bring
Tim
him.
Budesheim's there.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What I
Hassan,
was gonna say, yeah, Hassan, Hassan.
Hassan,
Hassan,
Hassan.
yes. See, this is what I'm talking about. It is a
Nate
really
Spear.
really stacked New York Pro lineup.
Okay, okay. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna give a top six. So I'm gonna say Akeem. I'm gonna say Quinton. I'm gonna say John in third. I'm gonna say Hassan in fourth, and I'm gonna say Robin in fifth. And I'm gonna say Tim in sixth.
Tim, yeah.
Yeah, that's probably what I would. That's probably what I would say.
Okay, Akeem, Quinton, John Jewett, Hassan, Robin, and then Tim. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're banking on Hassan not bringing that conditioning.
I just imagine Hassan next to John Jewett for that third place. That's really what I'm imagining right now. And I think with John's waistline, crazy legs like Hassan, and the condition that John brings, I can just see him edging Hassan.
Okay, so it's more so that Akeem, Quinton, and John are going to just have far superior conditioning, not necessarily that Hassan isn't going to bring decent conditioning.
Yeah, I just think odds are Hassan's conditioning won't be the same as those guys. Yeah,
Yeah, and that's very valid, very valid.
yeah,
That's good picks.
yeah.
Yeah. Now, Mark, you put yours out there already, but what do you got?
Yeah. I got Hassan winning, Hakeem second. You
Yep.
guys got me all juiced up about Hakeem now, talking about how good he is.
Yeah,
Probably got it wrong, but I got Quint third and
nice.
Robin fourth,
Yep.
Tim fifth, and
Okay.
John sixth.
Okay.
I think top six could honestly go either way.
Yeah, that's a good top six, man. Really interesting top six right there.
I put that Vladimir guy 7th, just as I said, he's going to shock everybody and come in there and win the whole show.
Okay.
Yeah, that guy looks
Okay.
crazy too.
If he does, then I'll say I told you.
You called it.
Yeah, exactly. Now I haven't really considered. Sometimes I'll consider a top 5 or top 6 before I sign on to do this, but this time I actually didn't. I actually didn't, and I actually like that about this show. Man. See, you guys got a good spread there with one having Hassan in 4th and one having Hassan in 1st, because if he does bring that crazy conditioning, then he very well could be, John, Quinton, and Akeem for
But
sure.
if he doesn't, he will be down.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, it's key.
but
Will mess him
I
up.
think it really is. Yeah, it's either first or, well, not last, but yeah, 4th or 5th.
Hassan doesn't have a structure to save him. It's like if the conditioning's there and you see all that muscle he has peeled out, then he's like a first place. But if he's slightly off, then everything's a little soft. His waist kind of looks big, and the package just isn't there, right?
Yeah. But if he just brings enough, because he brings really good conditioning from the back, if memory serves correctly, and sometimes his quads can look a little bit more washed out. His midsection looks better from the back than the front. So if you consider all of the poses, then maybe. And you know what? I am going to consider that.
And just consider Quinton next to Hassan.
Yeah.
The structural difference there.
Apples and oranges.
Yeah, man. That's a big difference.
All right. No, okay. I'm going to put Akeem in 1st.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually going to put Hassan in 2nd.
Yeah, that's very possible.
Yep. Yes, hi. Give me 2
I believe
minutes and I'm
that'll
going to
be
let
the
you
top
outside,
two.
Doc.
I believe it.
Third, I'm going to go with John Jewett.
Yeah. Yeah, see, I got him in 6th,
John,
but I honestly think he could get right as far as they could all switch up.
well, this is just it, and this is what makes it a really good show. 4th place, man, I'm going to put Robin in 4th. And the reason that I'm going to put Robin in 4th above Quint, I'm going to put Quint Beastwood in 5th. Although I do have a lot of the structure, the size, everything when it comes to Quinton, it's absolutely there. There's no question. And he was peeled in New York. However, this is uncharted territory for him, working basically with himself and getting some consultation from Dorian, granted. But I think that he was really hard on himself, and I think that part of that is going to kind of shine through when it comes to this show. So for those reasons, I'm going to put him in 5th. I got Robin in 4th and Quinton in 5th.
Fair assessment.
Yeah. 6th. Well, what do you guys got? Yeah, I'm going to put Tim in 6th.
Yeah, I was going to say you missed Tim. You didn't have Tim.
Yeah. Tim's looking good.
He's going to be one of the more conditioned guys here.
Yeah.
I think he is.
Yeah, I mean, third show this season, and I tell you, man, as a pro, like, you get better show to show. Like, you fine-tune things, you figure out what you did wrong and what you can do better and stuff like that. So Tim was bringing heat.
You did big time from Toronto to Vancouver last year.
Oh, yeah, man. Totally. I think the peak for Toronto showed me everything I had been doing wrong as far as just, being a big guy. I got shredded and then I went beyond shredded. Kept hard on the cardio when I should have been pulling off, kept dieting hard when I should have pulled back. And then, a day out, I was my lowest weight of the entire prep, which is not where you want to be. And then I took diuretics on top of that. So
yeah,
I flattened myself out, like, beyond flat. Like, I've told this story a couple of times, but when I was walking on stage for pre-judging, I could barely bend my legs to walk up the stairs to get on stage. That's how flat I was and how dry I was. Wow. So, man, then I went to Vancouver, had a coaching adjustment, had some supplement adjustments, ate a ton more food. Like, I was doing 4 or 5 high carb days a week, just a couple low days to keep things in check, lowered cardio, because we ate into the show so much for Vancouver, like the carb up for Vancouver, I did like 1,300 grams of carbs for 5 days in a row. So we had to use a little bit of diuretic then, but the diuretic was actually warranted at that point because I had to eat so much carbs to fill up,
Yeah, I would say
and
so.
and everything was just perfect. Like I look back at my pictures from Vancouver every now and then, and like I smile
Yeah.
because it was my best look ever, and
Yeah,
it
from the
was such
side, your glutes from the side are as good as just anybody's.
yeah,
Yeah.
glutes are
Look at
definitely
those
there,
pictures.
and they've only gotten bigger. Trust me.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No,
they really shine through.
I was just looking
Yeah.
at them pictures the other day.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, yeah. So that just really showed me, okay, like I'm not a 250-pound bodybuilder. Like I am a 280, 290-pound bodybuilder. Like I have to eat into the show if I'm going to be big and full. It's a lot of muscle to fill out
Yeah.
after I peel down to get shredded, right? So knowing what I know now, it just makes me so excited for next season because I think I'm going to be able to bring it like right away to New York, just knowing what I have to do, and also working with Dorian, being with him in
Mhm.
person, and him seeing me every day and keeping an eye on me. Uh, I'm super excited for what's coming next year.
New York is where the big boys show up, man, and do well.
Yeah.
New York is definitely where the big boys show up and do well. So that's going to be a good
Yeah,
fit for. Look at what not this previous year, but even the year before that was a really good testament to that, right? You had Robin who looked really big in that show. Joe Seaman was in there, did really really well as that can. Man, that was a really good fucking
Yeah.
show in 2022. I really enjoyed that one for
yeah,
Dorian
2022.
yeah,
Haywood did really well too. I think it was the year before to New York.
yeah. He's another big full guy, right? Like he
It
comes
was
in
20,
huge.
2020 maybe, I think.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think I'm going to be able to make a splash next year. I think I'm going to come out of nowhere for a lot of people. I mean, you guys know about me, and people in Canada know about me, but I know I'm not very known in the States. So I really want to come out and just everyone to be like, who the fuck is this guy? You
Well,
know,
how
that's
tall
my
are
plan.
you? How,
I'm 6'1" and 5/8.
that's six. So
Close to
you're
six
six
two.
Yeah.
two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty close to
No,
6'2".
yeah, not many guys gonna be that tall.
Yeah, and I think what's really gonna, I mean, my upper body's coming up, like we talked about, but
Yeah.
like my legs and my glutes at my height are going to
Oh
be
man.
absolute weapons next year. And I think that is going to be, I know that's going to at least draw people's eyes to me to see a guy like me, 6'2", but have the legs that I have.
Yeah.
I think people are going to be, surprised.
Yeah, there's not many tall guys with big legs.
Yeah. I mean, I train my legs very, very hard. Like my leg days are absolutely brutal, but I've been blessed there in the genetic department. I had big legs before I even started lifting weights. I remember when I first started working out, I did squats like maybe 1 or 2 weeks in a row, and instantly my jeans didn't fit me. Like, and back then, like I had only started lifting to like look good for girls and stuff.
Yeah,
So for like
that's
six
why we
months,
all
I was
started.
like, I didn't even train legs. I was like, I want to fit into jeans so I can like go out and look good. So I only train upper body. And then when I decided I wanted to bodybuild, then I started training
Crazy.
legs. And that's why like the first 5, 6 years of my bodybuilding career, I was going on stage like legs only. Like I had barely any upper body, just had this like huge set of wheels and big set of glutes, right?
That's
So it,
pretty
it was
good.
it was
That's
it was
better
pretty
than a
fun.
huge upper body and no legs.
Yeah, that's
I,
true.
I
Yeah,
would say. I would say.
well, people respect big legs because they know that it's not easy to get them, right?
Harder to
So
get. Yeah, way harder to
yeah,
get.
yeah, yeah. And I'm finally at a point now, the last 3 years, that I have my upper body training figured out. So I find for me, if I just keep doing what I'm doing for my upper body, the progress just keeps coming, right?
Yeah. No, you can see it. It's well on its way. And you still got essentially like New York was just a couple of weeks ago. You still got another year to keep
Yeah,
making that push. So I mean, it's gonna be big, man. Like I'm really looking forward to seeing it.
yeah,
Actually, people probably never saw that guest posing of yours either, and that was actually pretty cool. You, Antoine, and Justin Savoie, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was a lot of fun, man. Being up on stage at around at 330 pounds, but still looking pretty good, like acceptable condition. Uh,
Yeah,
that was a lot of fun, yeah. And it was kind of cool for me even to see how I look next to Antoine and look next to Justin on
Yeah,
stage. And
yeah.
and I can't lie, it got me pretty excited.
yeah. Antoine's massive.
Dude, that's actually still that's plenty recent enough. Like I still want to cover that on my channel. Actually, the footage is still out there. I'm gonna find that shit and cover it.
Yeah, dude, that'd be sick, man.
Yeah, I get
Yeah,
Antoine.
yeah.
You know, he's one of the top pros.
Oh
Sure,
yeah,
you can
dude.
you can stand next to that guy. I mean,
Yeah, yeah. Well, I've been standing next to him for the last 7 months since
Yeah,
since
yeah.
I've come
This is
out here,
just
and it's
it.
like, and you
that's
just
awesome.
adapt, like, you know what I mean? Like, you start training with guys that are bigger than you and better than you, and the next thing you know, you're just as big as them because
Yep.
you're doing all the same shit as them, right?
Yeah.
So it's been pretty cool.
No, I just didn't ended up doing the same thing with a diver that I hired. He moved here, and he actually when I did his interview, I said it a couple of times now. His last I said, "You got any questions about the area or anything like that? Like you want to know what goes on around here?" And he was like, "Yeah, what's the closest gym?" I was like, "Bro, you're
Found the
hired,
right
man.
guy. You're
You
hired.
still
You are."
got that
It,
guy. He's still with you then.
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome. Brad?
We trained back in yeah, Brad. Yeah, yeah. We
Brad.
trained back in biceps there the other day. And
Awesome.
he's got like 40 pounds on me, right? He's way stronger than I am. So to do his workout completely outside of my wheelhouse, like I still like 2 days later, my biceps are still sore, right? And I'm not bad in the arm department. I can hold my own. So it really does make a difference training with people bigger, stronger than you. You know, it really does. And that was my first appreciation that I got in quite some time when it comes to that.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
All right, I gotta get going, guys.
yeah. No worries, dude. Thanks a lot for coming on, man. We really enjoyed having you.
Anytime, man. It was fun. I'm glad I came on. It was good. It was a good pod.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, we'll see who's right when it comes to the Toronto Pro predictions.
Yeah, yeah. Nice to meet you, Mark.
Yeah, yeah. Too bad I didn't get to meet you there in person on the weekend.
Yeah, I'll be back. I'll be at the Halifax show there in September, and
Okay.
I always show out to those shows because that's where I started in that like maritime circuit, like doing Atlantics and stuff like that. So I'm always back there showing support. So we'll run into each other at some point.
Yeah,
Awesome,
I could
man.
probably go to that one actually. I'll put that on my radar. That's easy for me to get to.
September 28th, you should come out.
Yeah, I should. Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah. All right, okay,
All
cool,
right.
man. All right, guys,
Peace out, man.
Later.
take it easy.
Later, man. There you go.
Yeah, that sucks, man. I could have met Morgan.
Yeah. Yeah. It
I never
I don't know
seen
how
him. I never seen him. And I was looking around. He must have been backstage.
he must have been. Well, he had clients he was dealing with too. He wasn't
Yeah,
trying to
the girl
probably.
that won. It was the girl that won the final thing too.
Yeah, he wasn't trying to be seen either, right? So
No, exactly. I would have
yeah.
run right up to him. Hey, man, I'm Marx Max Muscle. I had my Terminator shirt on too. I just bought it just to go to the bodybuilding show.
Of course. Of
But
course.
I had some negative reviews for the whole show just because there was no competition. It was basically a guest posing and everybody got a trophy because nobody had competition. There was one guy that did physique, then one guy that did classic. The guy that did classic did open. He won like 4 divisions. And then the other guy came out. He won 4 divisions. Like, why don't they let those guys compete? So they didn't. But so they all go home saying, I won first place at a bodybuilding competition. They never won, never beat anybody. But the thing that got me the most, every time there was like 4 different women's divisions too. One's with the big costume, and she didn't bother going into the bikini. The bikini was the only competition. But after they won, they were going into the audience. It's like standing right in front of us, hugging their family members, showing them their rings and showing them their trophies. It's like, you people are taken away from the people that are on stage right now. Like, as a wrestler, that would be a big no-no.
Yeah.
Like, if you're walking out, and then the guy that won he was over there flexing with his posing trunks. And people are kind of looking over while there's other people posing on stage, and it's like, you guys can't do that. Like, right in front of me and my wife were sitting there, we were like trying to see the stage. It's like, you had your moment.
Strange, man. Is it just an amateur show thing, or I mean, did
Yeah.
they didn't have enough interesting competitors showing up? Maybe they're having too many here in the amateur ranks locally. I don't know.
I looked around the audience. There was dudes in the audience that could have jumped up on stage.
Yeah, yeah. I don't doubt it, man. I don't doubt it. I don't know. Typically, they get good turnouts. Like I know that in New Brunswick, they do a competition called the Gladiator competition, and that's an invite
Yeah.
only. They
That's
get
a
good
month.
competitors.
Yeah.
Yep, they get good competitors there.
Yeah.
But no, you're right. The PEI show is the same way when it comes to the amateur ranks. I had a buddy that competed in that, and it was the same thing. It's just not enough people really showing up. That's why a lot of people go as far as Ontario to really compete, because that's where it starts in Canada, really. Halifax is usually a good show. The
I would think
Gladiator is good.
Halifax. The one up at Moncton there, Alton Dunn, buddy there. I talked to him a few times. He looks pretty jacked, and
Yeah,
he
yeah,
competed up there.
yeah. There are some good ones around, but no, Toronto's going to be well when it comes to the pro ranks anyway. Man, really, really good lineup for Toronto. I can't wait to see it. I was planning on going, but I don't have the time. I wish I did. I feel bad because I said I was going to go, but full
This is a
disclosure,
busy season for you.
it's too busy. I got too much going on right now, and especially it being on a Sunday, it'd be different maybe if it was on a Saturday and I could travel back on a Sunday, but I just can't do it. I just
Well,
can't do it.
you're lucky you didn't come to the St. John show because you would have been disappointed. See, there was a wrestling show right after.
Yeah, you were supposed
So
to be in it.
all my friends, yeah, I didn't get up and train because certain circumstances.
Yeah,
But yeah, I got a
Yeah.
real bad foot.
yeah. No, no, I hear you. I hear
It's
you.
all the cardio training.
Yeah.
I twisted it. Well, my wife, she tripped over my foot one day. I was sitting on the ground and bent it forward like that. And
Oh
this
yeah.
was just a few weeks back, and I was in the middle of my trying to get in shape, and that happened. And the next day, I tried to get on the treadmill, and and it's. I have been off the treadmill now for a couple of weeks because I never got up there to train, right? So, needless to say, I got to see the boys, and it was nice to see everybody.
Nah, that's good. You got to be able to go to the show, right? So I mean, at the end of the day, man,
Had to
injuries
pay.
happen. Yeah, of course. Because you weren't in it.
Just joking.
Because you weren't
No,
in it.
but my buddy was gonna let me and my wife, and he's like, "Oh, come on, man, come on." Guy I used to wrestle with. I'm like, no, I don't mind paying, man.
Actually, that is one thing when talking about paying. Did you see the price for the live stream for Toronto?
Oh yeah, I was wondering if you were gonna get into that or not. But I
Yeah,
didn't know I don't know how the pros feel about that. I'm sure
well,
they feel that they get more money, but I don't know if they do get more money.
not from the live stream. No, any pro I've ever talked to, the answer was no. And the guys, look, they all have respect for the show promoters and the IFBB, of course, right? And I understand that. When it comes to the perspective on my end of things, not being a pro, what is it, $60 plus?
If you want to see
plus?
both. If you want to see both.
Yeah, so there's a
$60.
separate price it's $40 for the finals and $40 for the prejudging, or it could be $60.
Yeah. So you're either going to pay 40 and you're only going to get to see the prejudging, which is actually, if I could pick one to watch, it would be the prejudging, because I could tell you, and you could tell me who's going to win if you watch prejudging, right? It's kind of more exciting than the finals. So if you had to choose, like they're kind of making you, unless you want to pay 60 bones, which is Olympia type price. Vancouver pulled this stunt last year, I believe.
Oh, Vancouver was like $100. I absolutely outright refused to pay that money for Vancouver. I would not do it. Absolutely not. And it was a 2-day show. I don't know why they do that too in Vancouver. Vancouver's coming up, and we'll see what they decide to pull this time around. But even for Toronto, like $60 it's higher than average. We can say that absolutely. It's higher than average when it comes to the price for a live stream. What was it for New York? Like 30. Yeah, reasonable.
Something.
Yeah,
and it was
reasonable.
A great show. You got great 212, great classic.
212 was wicked in New York. Unbelievable. Actually,
and there was no live stream for Cali. No live stream for Cali.
No live stream for the California Pro. That's unacceptable in my opinion. Kind of unbelievable. Anybody that follows my channel, I didn't even cover the California Pro. I had something out for the top 5 the next day, but you're not going to do a live stream. Like I was on Xavier's stream when he was doing it, and Matt Stream over at Muscle Discord.
Matt,
The
yeah.
boys were just jumping back and forth from Instagram feed to Instagram feed for whatever they could
Yeah.
get.
They were going over to Ron's.
Yeah, exactly, right? Like guys were there doing video record, like they were doing live streams of a screen at the show, not even the stage. So I was like,
Yeah.
I just can't do it. I was like, it's not for me anyway. Like it's one thing to like get the live stream and showing screenshots and all well and good, but
That's good. Matt
yeah,
was showing pictures of his own physique. I was sitting there watching it.
no, yeah. I watched a bit of his too. I was jumping back and forth because I mean, if I was like, yeah, well, trying to get some updates anyway. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I like
it was
Muscle
pretty bad.
Discord.
Yeah,
I
I do too.
mentioned a few channels there. I think it was my last video, and I finished the video.
You
And I
chucked in a
remembered
few at the end.
I chucked a couple in the end. And then when it was all done, I was like, "Oh, Muscle Discord! Ah, I forgot all about Muscle Discord."
Oh man, it's hard to get everybody in. It is. I know. But no, look, anybody
And
that
I
knows
never
what's
mentioned
up,
Robin Strand because he's an IFBB pro.
yeah, he's a pro.
He's got a YouTube channel too, though.
Yeah, I mean, he's got his personal YouTube channel. He's got the Canadian Beef podcast. Robin's got a lot going on for social media. But no, it's all good, man. Well, look, I've got predictions here written down. It kind of feels weird to not have predictions from to be honest with you, from Sanch.
Yeah, I haven't heard from Zonch. I was supposed to be on his show a couple of weeks back. I never mentioned it, but he never got back to me.
Well, he said he was coming back. I'm going to start posting regular content.
This was after that. He wanted me to come on his show, and I was like, "This is going to be the first video that he's done in a while." So it was supposed to be at like a certain time or whatever. I never heard from him. Messaged him a few times, and he clicked like on my message the next day, but he still never got back to me or anything.
I think he's still got to get settled where he probably just still needs to get settled where he's at, figure out how he's actually going to pull off content, and he'll be back. He'll be back. But I only mention it because like usually we've always got our predictions, and this time we don't. But we've got a phone call. I'll call him back. Yeah, we got Morgan's, we got mine, we got yours. So we'll see what it comes out to. It really is up in the air for that top 6. So it's gonna be interesting, man.
I got Vladimir as a dark horse.
Yep, and I like that. I want to keep Jiang Min Lee as a dark horse.
Isn't it Yang? It's not Yang. I've been calling him Yang.
Maybe it is. I think in Korean they do pronounce the J. I think.
Oh, okay.
I think. I watched some of those shows on Netflix, like the there's a couple of really good shows like Physical 100. That's all Korean. So, there's a couple of really good shows like that. I like them anyway. My wife hates them.
That's the opposite of me. She watches all the TV shows and I don't.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, Jays are silent in what are they? San Jose.
Yep. So that's Spanish. Yeah.
Yeah, you must have heard that joke. The guy coming from going down into Mexico or wherever it was, who's going into San Jose across the border.
No, I think I missed that one.
He said, "I'm going to San Jose," and he said, "No, it's San Jose. All the J's are pronounced as H's." He's like, "How long are you staying?" He said, probably till June or July."
Oh man. I like it. It's good.
You'll tell somebody. You'll tell somebody. You'll feel as foolish as I do.
I'll go tell my boy. He'll like it. He's good for a joke. All right, listen, man. Let's sign off here, and we'll meet up again after the show, and we'll see what we got, and then it'll be right into Vancouver.
Absolutely. After we're $40 or $60 poorer.
Poorer. That'll be exactly it. We'll see how we do. All right, man. Good chatting.
Thanks again for having me on, man.
Always, always. Oh, I'm still gonna get a hold of. I sent a message off to Sid Faruqi too. He's still planning on coming on. We'll nail down a time and I'll let you know.
The man with the golden voice.
That's him. That's him. Looking forward to that one. All right, I'll catch up with you in a bit, dude.
All right, peace out.
Later.